Hey everyone, this is NastyNate here, bringing you another Starcraft 2 commentary. Tonight, I'm going to be bringing you a game between me, one of my college friends, EpicNine, the Protoss player in the right side of the map, purple as always, and myself on Shattered Temple on the left side of the map, playing the Zerg forces. I'm sorry I haven't been able to commentate in a while. It's been pretty hectic with finals. My last finals tomorrow. But I decided I'm not going to study right now. I'm sick of it. So we're going to do a StarCraft 2 commentary instead. Anyways, as you see, both players getting set up here. Let's bring up the production tab to see what's going on. Looks like I'm going for a 14 gas 14 pull, which is actually pretty unusual for me these days. This is an older game. In fact, I usually don't go for the gas burst against Protoss. I don't really feel like I need that early speed, unless I need it for the 4-gate, but that's about the only timing I think I need it for. I can get it a little later in most cases. Looks like EpicNine is going to be opening up with a double gateway at his natural, which is very unusual. You usually expect this to be this should be hard countered by some speedlings, right? I could just run in here and clean this whole area up. He's going to go ahead and chrono boost out some zealots. Meanwhile, I'm going to be producing some zerglings. And getting a roach horn up. Interesting. Okay, that's a good response to zealots. However, I feel like I could just get some spine crawlers up in here in retrospect and defend this zealot rush. Meanwhile, moving these zerglings out across the map once the speed finishes, just completely annihilating. However, I'm not going to be doing that. Instead, I'm going to be stealing. Let's slow things down a little bit here. What you saw here, let's watch that again, if you don't know what I did. This is called a extractor hatch trick. Basically what I do is I build a hatchery, I cancel it instantly, build an extractor on the creep that's left there, in order to block his nexus from going down. However, he doesn't even have the money for that, so hasn't really done a whole lot. Actually, well, he could have built that nexus pretty soon actually, so I did delay that a little bit. However, these zealots are threatening me and preventing me from dropping down my own expansion here. So as we can see, this isn't the best situation for me. He is well ahead of me on the worker count, as you can see, 22 to 14. However, I do have some roaches and lings now. I can start either forcing him back and building my own drones and expansion, or I can maybe charge across and hope for a victory here. We'll see what happens. Here come the roaches. I'm gonna snipe one of these zealots. Nope, not even quite. 4 hit points. Wow, good job. Alright, back out of there. Yeah, don't want to lose any of those zerglings. Want to use these roaches here, actually, to snipe these zealots, or just push them back. I don't know what these zerglings think they're doing, or what these roaches think they're doing, but as usual, my micro isn't exactly the best it could be. Which is why I play the Zerg race, of course. You just need the macro to succeed with them. It's more about macro, of course, with Zerg than with any other race. Anyways, we see that EpicNine looks like he's about to throw down his expansion at last. I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I'm going to go ahead and try to kill this cybernetic score off. Hopefully I can get a few more roaches out and shut that down. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just take this one roach and clean him up with that. See what happens here. Anyways, we see that EpicNine has actually thrown a Stargate down. So he's going to go ahead and excuse me, pump out some Void Rays. Probably. Yep, that's what I would expect. Void Rays. It's a standard opening for EpicNine. He likes to go with that early solid aggression into Void Rays, and then hard switch, tech switch into Colossus, which usually fucks my day up in most cases. I'm very bad at dealing with that opener of his. He's perfected it quite well, and it's been a huge problem for me. I usually, when I see this, I respond with Hydralist, of course, and have Roach Hydra on the field. By that time, Colossus are coming out in the field, and without Corruptors, or some way to deal with Colossus area units, you're kind of screwed once Colossus get out and you only have Roach Hydra, and Not even a spire in production. But anyways, as you can see, he's gonna go ahead and send this void ray up here to check out what's going on, do some harassment with that, get some good scouting information. Meanwhile, we can see he hasn't even started to saturate his nexus yet, but he's starting to do that now. I'm also trying to get my worker count up, but you can see I'm still pretty far behind him in the supply as well as the worker count, so I've got a little bit of catching up to do here. This void ray is going to go ahead and push me out of this gold expansion for now. But let's see what's in the production tab. We have +1 missile attacks going out for me, opening up with my pretty standard these days Roach Hydra build. I don't really know how to play Mutalist build very well against Protoss. Normally when I go with like a Mutaling play, I just get rolled over by their death ball or whatever. I can't really deal with the Stalker count. It's out of control, and I'm just having a lot of trouble with that. I'm not the greatest multitasker, so I just usually prefer Roach Hydra just to deal with that. Force fields are a problem, of course. I try to anticipate those and move my army around before they actually go down. But the big problem, of course, is Colossus. When you have that comp, you really need to get some corruptors, which is usually what I try to do. As soon as I see that robotics bay, I'll get that spire down and start pumping out some corruptors to deal with the Colossus. And we can see now that the actual robotics bay is actually going down, but of course I have actually no scouting information with these air units on the field. I can't really get any scouting information here, so he's pretty much free to do whatever he wants to do. He's getting +1, gonna go for his third. Meanwhile, we see I am getting Roach speed, I think that is, Hydralisk range. Starting to spread my cube at last. Took me a little while digging on that, but still a good deal behind on the worker count. Meanwhile, he's harassing me up here. These drones really need to get the hell out of there. This guy needs to move over here, but I guess I'm just gonna wait on that. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Let's see. I'm just kind of watching this happen, I guess. There we go. That'll do it. Get some hydras out. Snipe that void ray. Very good. A lot of hydras there. Just took out that void ray very easily. Anyways, back to the main camera here. You see robotics facility going down. He's getting 2 robotics up, so he's going to be pumping out a lot of Colossus pretty soon and getting his third as well. I really need a lot more workers here. He's way ahead on the worker count, unfortunately, so I'm significantly behind at this point, I would say. I really just need to kind of overreacted in my Hydra production here, I think. And I kind of had to put that army out, but I could have just built like 2 Spore Claws, would have been fine. Instead of all these Hydras, I just need more workers here. I need to take this gold. Anyways, he's getting his third up. I'm going to send some guys over here since I suspect he'll be going for his third pretty soon. Fortunately, he's already kind of predicted this, I guess. He's put some pylons here, he sees what's going on. So he's going to be ready to deal with any force that comes through here. Let's see here. Production. More Hydras. Missile attacks too. You see I'm going to be 2-0. He's going to be 1-0 for a while, but his army composition and supply is going to be a little bit superior to mine. See, he's at still over 10 workers ahead of me. I don't know why I haven't saturated this yet. I guess I was expecting some sort of attack here, perhaps, or maybe wanting to do some aggression of my own. Haven't even noticed this good old observer here. He's just going to be watching my army, know exactly where I am. Now these cannons are up now. I know it's time to get out of there. This overseer just doing nothing here, almost full energy, not really getting me any information. Have I even seen what he's doing? No, I haven't seen anything. I don't even know these Colossus are out, possibly. I may have scouted them at some point, but possible. I don't even know about them yet. This is really unfortunate that I haven't used this overseer to do any sort of scouting at all. Meanwhile, he's going to be killing his warp gate, of course, to to get out of his base and move out. He'll probably be attacking pretty soon. He's still ahead of me on the workers. Never a position you want to be in is there. You always want to be equal or ahead on workers, and always have a base or two on the hatcheries versus Nexus or command centers. But I have a pretty decent sized army here. We'll see what happens. About even supply now. He's still ahead on the workers, but he's getting this +2 attack, so we'll see how this goes. I should have a Spire coming down pretty soon. I hope, to deal with those Colossus. Otherwise, you know, this game's going to end fairly quickly. Okay, here we go. He's pushing out with that army. I'm going to be here on my... Luckily, I have some good creep spread out now that I can kind of assert some position here. He's going to pull back, looks like. Oh, what am I doing here? Still not enough workers, I doubt. Yeah, 59. Whoa, 59 workers. That's just not good at all. Need a lot more workers out. Usually my problem. I think I was going for some aggression here. Yeah, I got the overload speed. I wanted to spread some creep in his main. I figured he just had a gateway army since the Void Rays, and I never did any scouting. Yeah, we see now that he's just gonna clean this up pretty quickly with these Colossus. They're gonna fall further behind. It looks like good force fields. Yeah, I'm pretty far behind. I finally get my Spire up, realizing that there are Colossus actually. And yeah, these guys, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm laughing because it's just hilarious, you know, that Protoss has Colossus and I'm fucked, I guess. I don't know what I'm laughing at, but anyways, this guy's still sitting here, not doing absolutely anything. 200 energy. Totally forgot about this overseer, apparently. Now he's just dead, so it's a real worthy investment, apparently. At least I saw when he's going to take out this these rocks to take his gold. However, he does have the same upgrades as me, I believe. Yep, +2 attacks. I'm getting my Spire and Infestation Pit out. Finally getting this gold up. Meanwhile, we see my work count starting to get up there a little bit better, but still not really where you want it. You definitely want at least 20 more workers, I would say. 15 to 20 more at the minimum. And now he's going to be pushing out, taking out my creep timbers, shutting my creep spread down completely. That's an awful lot of Colossus, especially considering how few gateway units he has. He has a lot of zealots in there, which is great, but I feel like a really good air army actually crush this. A bunch of Mutalisks or something would just like end this army so quickly. It would be amazing. He would warp in more Stalkers and try to get his blink out, but he would just lose his entire army. It would be devastating for him. Only 7 Stalkers there, yeah, and a few sentries. A good army of. Oh, here we go. Here's a good engagement. All right. Well, this is off creep, so it's not that great for me. And there's a lot of Colossus there, so these Corruptors really aren't. Well, they are actually cleaning this up pretty well. They're I guess I'm laughing at all these Colossus crushing my army. However, I did clean up his Colossus actually, so that's actually pretty good for me, I think. But he is way ahead on the workers, so I apparently lost some workers in that engagement and this hatchery. So yeah, 56 to 72. He's on 4 bases, so I really, even though that engagement worked out well for me, it just wasn't the best overall for the game. Because now I'm behind again on the supply count. He can pump out a gateway army really quickly with Jesus. 11 gateway, 12 gateways, 13 gateways. So yeah, he can resupply real quick. Meanwhile, I'm really desperate for the bases right now and my army supply. I have to get some more drones out, which I don't even know if I realized that yet, but I definitely need some more drones. I'm falling way behind. I'm actually only on about 2 bases now, because this one's almost mined out. 2.5 bases. Meanwhile, you know, he's on 3 bases, so he's going to be getting a bigger army out. Look at his supply soaring ahead of mine now. He's getting another upgrade. He's gonna be 3-0. Wow, 3 weapons. I only have. I guess we're even on upgrades. However, 3 weapons is. I think that's better than the one I have actually, because that's a lot more expensive in terms of the upgrade costs. So I'd imagine that's. Hopefully that's better for him. He's gonna be pushing down here. I guess taking some more a 5th base. In fact, meanwhile, I still haven't busted down either of these rocks. I should be definitely be getting on this base since it's such an easy base to take. The Protoss really can't do anything to stop it except like some kind of weird warp prism or like air attack. This is a really easy to defend base here. I guess I'm gonna be taking that finally. And he's gonna be pushing back across the map. With this huge army, he's almost supply capped. Meanwhile, I'm only 157 supply. And getting my hive finally. It's halfway done. Maybe I'll get some broodlords out in this field. I'm getting my ground 2 attacker, air attack 1. He's getting some DTs. Wow. Okay, about time. He usually does this late game DT. I'm harassed once Zerg gets on a lot of bases. It's if they don't have the spore colors out and spine colors out, then it's really easy to deny them with this Dark Templar play. Well, looks like I'm gonna maybe try to push up here and shut these Dark Templar down. Maybe not. I could just take this base actually. That would be fine at this point. However, I really need to submit rush on my own. It looks like I'm falling farther behind as the game goes on. Alright, will I be getting broodlords when this hive is done? But I guess I'm waiting for this upgrade to finish for us to upgrade to the Greater Spire. But this army looks pretty menacing. He's got a lot of upgrades. He doesn't have a lot of Colossus yet for some reason. I guess he realized they made a lot of Corruptors and Colossus wouldn't be the best option for him at this point. If you see a lot of Corruptors on the field, you can just make no Colossus at all, and all these Corruptors are essentially wasted except for their corruption ability. Until they get tier 3, of course, you can turn them into broodlords. But as you can see, I don't have that yet. I'm just starting my Greater Spire right now. I'm gonna be shutting down these Colossus, but losing my base as well, unfortunately. Now I can move in with this army. If I can get him past the force fields, I should be able to clean this up. I really need to just push out. Unfortunately, my creep's gone here, so I can't really chase this army down that well. Greater Spire is almost done, so I should be able to start cleaning him up. If he doesn't get any area units, as you can see, he doesn't. Well, he does have 1 Void Ray in the way, I guess. I guess he anticipates broodlords about this time in the game, so he's gonna make a couple Void Rays just to be safe, you know, from the air attacks from the broodlords, which are coming now. I do have an overseer in my army, so I don't think he's scouted this. Yeah, he hasn't scouted this broodlord tech. He really has no scouting information. It looks like he's going to be coming. No, maybe not. My supply way behind again. Units. Oh, 43 drones. That's terrible. I really didn't. I don't think I even realized this. That I lost so many workers there in this battle. That and I'm totally out of money too. So even if I wanted more workers, I can't really afford them right now. I need an army to defeat him with. What am I doing? Just move out. Just start going. He's definitely going to be getting some area units now. So he has some Void Rays. Ground armor coming out. I have a lot of broodlords. I just need to start moving across the map and claiming these bases that he's taken. Shutting his expansions down or going into his main base, of course. But looks like I'm just going to be doing my army way ahead of mine. Yeah, okay, we want the army underneath the broodlords, of course. So if he tries to blink in or something or force an engagement, you can just like crush him. Even if he kills a lot of your broodlords with stalkers, you can his whole army's dead if you have a bunch of big army, Roach Hydra army underneath the broodlords. Play bro. Oh yeah, no, he's gonna force this engagement. Oh, that's interesting. Kind of surprised that he chose that option. I don't feel like that was the best opportunity for him. I mean, he is on a lot of bases. He can resupply real quick, but he only killed like one broodlord in the whole engagement for his entire army, which really wasn't worth it. All his stalkers. So as you can see, it looks like I'm in a pretty good position all of a sudden. Even though my word count's way behind, I'm just going to start rolling in here and just annihilating him. Meanwhile, I don't know what his plan is. I guess EpicNine is going to be trying to rebuild an army. Maybe he'll just abandon this natural and this main. I don't know what he's going to do here, but unfortunately I don't have any corruptors out in the field, or only one corruptor out, so I can deal with these void rays because I have the hydras. But if he moves them back and just picks off my brood lords like this, then could be some trouble for me. Here comes some more colossus, which I really need to pull this. There you go, pull that army back. Keep all your army together. What these guys are doing. He is actually, wow, he's back ahead of me on supply, or even with me on supply now. He's done a lot of good micro here with these void rays and these colossus to deal with my army. Plus my warrior count way behind. I really just don't know what I just saw this opportunity to win the game, so I decided to stop macroing because I could only afford one or the other at that point. I was really far behind. I just had to choose whether to go all in with this attack or macro up again. And I figured he was way ahead of me, which he was, so macroing up really didn't feel like an option. Okay, I guess I'm restarting the game. Let's go back. Here we are again. Uh-oh, a little far behind. Okay, sorry about this, guys. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, so he's got all these bases up, lots of income. You can see he's got a lot of money, plus an even army with me. Good composition of units, all kinds of stuff. Even a DT on the field somewhere. I'm not sure where that. Oh, he's denying this base. I don't know what this void ray is doing, but I'm gonna shut this army down finally. However, I'm sure he's gonna be he's gonna give up on this entire base and switch over to making this his new main and trying to deal with my army later. As he knows, he's way ahead on the base count. If I had saturated this base earlier, maybe I would have stood a chance here and got some more workers out to deal with this new base, but unfortunately that's not going to happen, it looks like. I'm just kind of sitting here doing nothing. Here we go. So I'm going to be wrecking his original main base while he's just going to be in full retreat here, abandoning this base and prepping up a new army. Void rays and whatever he can build down here, all kinds of structures or gateways, and taking this area of the map now. He is losing a lot of structures here, which is unfortunate for him, but I feel like since he has all these bases, all this money still coming in, he can just rebuild it right down here. It's not really a huge issue for him. Since this base is already mined out, I mean this whole area is mined out, there's nothing left here for him anyway, so he's just going to rebuild all the structures down here and rebuild its army and move out. But it's kind of turning into a little bit of a base trade here, you could say. I'll probably be moving down or coming back to defend. We'll see what happens. I should probably just take this out. I don't actually know. There's nothing left really going on here, but it looks like I'm actually going to be moving back across the map instead of taking his base out, which is probably not the best idea. Wow, still don't have burrow. That's interesting. That's kind of a problem. Poor roaches. I guess I'm gonna try to cut his army off here. See how well that goes for me. Uh-oh, kind of a bad position for me, but actually, yeah, I lost all my broodlords pretty much this engagement. However, his army just got demolished as well. Not a great engagement for me. I really need those broodlords Well, I just need brood lords in general because he lost all his starports are pretty much gone. He just has ground units. If I had actually built some more brood lords, if I had the money to build some more brood lords, let me rephrase that, I would be in good shape. However, his supply is super low right now, but he does have a lot of money in the bank, so he's just gonna get all these gateways out and just warp in a huge amount of units. I figured I've won this game at this point. I didn't realize that he had anticipated losing that entire base and had all this money and all these minerals income, all this income for so long. So I felt pretty good at this point. I realized that my economy was destroyed, but I thought this army that I had was just would just walk right over him, so I didn't even worry about it. This base isn't even useful anymore, so I'm gonna move in here and see what's going on. But he's got this high ground. I don't have vision up here, so move some of these overlords, which I am now doing. But not the best micro. I should just ignore that for now. And just leave him up there and macro up. Keep him on that one base. Just destroy the rest of this. However, it looks like his army supply is still behind mine, but I mean, he does have a lot of money still. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. So I'm trying to force this engagement here, which just looks like it's not going too badly for me. For one force field there is going to ruin my day. Yeah, that wasn't the best actually. A little bit of micro on his part, and his army is a lot smaller than it just was a minute ago. Oh yeah, this is really bad. Off creep hydras are the worst thing in the world. I can't wait until Heart of the Swarm when you can upgrade their speed off creep. Space is done. Looks like we're both having a hard time here. He's on one base now, but he still got a lot of gas in the bank, not the money I have. I'm behind in supply. Do you have some half a mining base? I guess you could say these guys really should be put here. Should take a base. I don't know what the point of that is, but I guess I just forgot about them. So we're about even on supply. It's turned into quite an interesting game, actually. Very unusual kind of game. I'm gonna get some brood lords out, which will be actually against this. Well, I don't know. It depends. I guess you could turn these into archons, which is really dangerous. If I don't have the right army to defend these brood lords, then some archons could be pretty dangerous, or some storms actually, which I assume he's researching now. Yeah, he'll have storm pretty soon, and that's an awful lot of Templars actually. That could probably just storm up this whole army and kill it just with those Templars. Or I really don't want to engage here. I didn't realize that he made all these Templars, I think. So I'm yeah. Definitely want to pull out of this. Definitely gotta get out. But nope, I'm gonna engage this and pretty much get annihilated by all those storms. Now he's just gonna blink in here and clean me up. And I'm having a very sad time apparently dealing with that. Now I realize that, wow, I thought I'd won this game handily, but he actually got all that money, all those bases that saved him in the end, and rebuilding his base down here, getting some high Templars out, which were a great counter to any kind of pressure coming up a small choke point. Roach Hydras, storms are just great. I don't know why more Protoss don't do that over Colossus, because these Templars, they aren't really vulnerable to like something like Corruptors, like just get sniped and that's into your army. These Templars, they can just storm everything, and then you can turn them into Archons afterwards, which are great against pretty much all Zerg units. So yeah, I feel like Templars are really underused, undervalued, underappreciated, underrated unit overall. Or Protoss should be using in their army composition against Zerg. Despite the loss of the Khadarian Amulet, they're still actually really good units. You can see now more storms just annihilating my army, and he's gonna claim this game. I'm gonna GG out, and that was the end of that. Thanks for watching, everyone. figured I should probably post a game where I lost at one point, and this was it against my teammate EpicNine, who is the star player of UNR's CSL team. Yeah, he's a really good Protoss, and he's the best guy we have after me. So look forward to see some more games from him. Maybe some more show matches between him and myself. And we'll see what happens. So I'll see you guys next time. If you're doing everyone in having finals right now, good luck on your finals. Study hard, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Goodbye.